Becoming wealthy as a teenager might sound like a lofty goal, but with the right mindset, dedication, and a little guidance, it's not an impossible dream. While you may not have a substantial income or years of work experience under your belt, your teenage years are a prime time to lay the foundation for financial success in your 20s and beyond. So, if you are looking to start building wealth as early as possible, here are some tips that you need to take into consideration. Financial education is key. One of the best things that you can do for yourself as a young person that is looking to build wealth is to get yourself financially educated. You need to understand the basics of personal finance, and that includes things like budgeting, saving, investing, and even debt management. You also want to learn things like doing your taxes and how to borrow, and the onus is on you to go after this knowledge because you won't be taught in school. Fortunately for you, though, getting financial education is not that difficult. There are numerous online resources, books, and courses available on financial literacy. You just have to want it and be willing to put in the hours. Learning about all of these basics of personal financial management might not be fun, especially as a teenager. But it is something that you really want to consider because starting early gives you more room to apply the lessons you've learned and even make mistakes without it meaning the end of your life. Financial education also teaches you to become responsible for your own financial decisions. It's easy for you and other people to excuse your financial excesses as you just being a teenager. But if you plan to hit it big soon, you need to learn to be more responsible with your finances and to embrace delayed gratification. Set clear financial goals. One of the things you learn as you try to give yourself a financial education is to set clear financial goals. And trust me, you are not too young to be doing this. In fact, it is a good idea to set them while you are young so that they can serve as a guide towards your financially secure and prosperous future. So, whether you want to set short-term goals or something more long-term, it is important that you take the time to take stock of your life and decide what is important to you. Do you want to make it to the Forbes list at some point in your life or only want to be comfortable? It is based on what's important to you that you can now draft out your goals. When you have well-defined financial goals, every financial decision you make becomes more straightforward. Your goals act as a filter, helping you to assess whether a particular financial choice aligns with your objectives. For instance, if your goal is to save for college, you'll think twice before spending impulsively on items that won't contribute to that goal. Having clearly defined goals also makes it possible for you to track your progress and celebrate your milestones, and they can help you to stay grounded and disciplined enough to achieve financial independence quicker than most people do. Develop a savings habit. Something else that you need to develop now if you plan to become wealthy early is a savings habit. Now, as a teenager, you might not have lots of money to save. After all, your sources of income might just be from allowances, part-time jobs, and gifts. But that's fine because saving money at this age is more than just stashing away cash for rainy days. It's about developing the discipline to allocate a portion of your income towards your long-term financial goals. Learning to save now that you don't have much can help you get used to the idea of saving even when you have a lot more money. This is important because the more money you make, the more needs and wants you seem to have. So, it can be easy to get carried away attending to every single want that you forget to put something away for emergencies or for long-term future endeavors. But you can prevent that from happening by cultivating a savings habit now that you don't have much. There's more to saving money than just putting money away, though. You want to also think about how to grow that money that you're putting away, no matter how small it is. To do this, you might just need to get the right kind of savings account or explore other high-yield savings options. It's always best to get your money to work for you in some way or increase in value, instead of leaving it to do nothing. This is something you'll learn as you expand your financial literacy. Invest early and wisely. A step above saving is investing, and this is also something that you can do as a teenager. Again, it might seem like you don't have enough money to invest, but you do. Investment options are wide and varied enough that you should be able to find something that your savings can cover. What's more, you have time on your side, and that's a valuable resource in the world of investments. I mean, think about it. If you're making plans to save towards your retirement as a teenager, it makes statistical sense that you would have a lot more when retirement comes than someone that starts in their 30s. So don't get discouraged by the amount of money you currently have. Just continue to increase your savings until you have enough for a viable investment, and then strike while the iron is hot. That said, I need to mention that with investments, you need to be really careful. Investing can be quite tricky, especially if you don't have enough knowledge. You need to know when to keep holding, when to sell, and when to buy more. And this knowledge comes with both studying and experience. As you continue on your investment journey, you'd start to get the idea of risk management, learning not to put all your money into a single investment, and instead spreading it across various assets. That said, as someone who is starting out, it might be best to start with low-risk investment options like index funds. Whatever you do, though, know that you'd have to spend a lot of time carrying out research so that you don't lose what little money you have. Cultivate an entrepreneurial spirit. It's not too early to start considering exploring entrepreneurial opportunities. The digital age offers countless possibilities to start a side hustle or online business, and many of those opportunities are things that you can latch onto even as a teenager. You only need to find something that you either really enjoy doing or are really good at. The entrepreneurial spirit is more than just earning money, though. It is also about nurturing valuable skills like problem solving, innovation, and adaptability. It's about learning to identify opportunities in the most unlikely of places, learning how to take calculated risks, and creating value. Starting your own thing, whether it is a full-scale business, a side hustle, or a freelance thing, is a good way to strengthen your problem-solving skills. Skills that will come in handy if you want to stand the chance of achieving financial success. Network and build relationships. If you ask those that are wealthy, they would tell you that one of their most valuable assets is people. Knowing the right people and having the right connections could be the difference between someone who succeeds and someone who doesn't, especially with the way that the labor market and wider economy are structured right now. So as much as you can, it is important that you take the time and initiative to network. Networking could be as simple and basic as collecting business cards here and there or establishing LinkedIn connections. And those might be the only things that you can manage as a teenager. However, if you can, you want to take things a step further by establishing meaningful and mutually beneficial connections with people. This might require you to actively seek out mentorship from a boss that you currently work for, putting yourself out there as far as job offers are concerned, even though you don't 100% qualify, or seeking out partnerships with other young people that are looking to do stuff. Networking isn't just about what others can offer you, though. It's also about what you can learn from them. Strategically engaging with other people could expose you to a variety of perspectives and ideas from diverse backgrounds and experiences. So, attend workshops and seminars, and make the effort to establish relationships with strategic people. You'll be grateful you did. Stay patient and persistent. Having all that has been said, you would do well to remember that building wealth takes time. And for most people, the journey is far from linear. There are usually hiccups, disappointments, or setbacks. It is important that you know this early on so that you don't get discouraged by the setbacks or slow progress. If you are looking for a get-rich-quick thing, then you've come to the wrong place. Understandably, the road to financial independence is different for everyone. Those who have a good starting point, most likely because they come from money, typically have it easier. But if you don't, it might be easy to get discouraged and give up because things don't happen as quickly as you want. You might start to question the validity of your idea, wondering whether or not it is something worth pursuing. Now it has to be mentioned that there is a place for reevaluating your goals to make sure that they are still achievable. As circumstances change and new opportunities arise, you have to be willing to adjust your strategies and goals accordingly. However, you also want to make sure that you're not giving up because you think things should be happening quicker. Instead, learn from your mistakes and use the opportunity that a slow pace affords you to learn more or even broaden your investment options. Also, don't forget to notice and celebrate your small wins. Becoming wealthy as a teenager requires more than just luck or a big break. It demands a proactive approach, financial education, discipline, and the right mindset. But if you commit yourself to these things, you can set yourself up for lasting financial success really early.